On Sunday for the Patriots, a big old measuring stick of a showdown against the Chiefs in Kansas City. Coming off the second win of the season, knocking off the Raiders, so taking care of business at home against the team they should beat. Now in this one, leaning less on Cam Newton and more on the offensive backfield. And now New England is rocking the top rushing attack in the league. It is a Week 4 edition of Us versus Them. We have three-time Super Bowl champion Matt Chatham repping the Patriots. And in the red corner, it's Nate Taylor, who covers the Chiefs for The Athletic. Matt, let's start with you. The Chiefs shutting down Lamar Jackson on Monday night. How does that help the Patriots build a blueprint for how to use Cam Newton?
I would just simply say that they have enough tape here through 3 games. I'd even call Herbert a relatively decent scrambler, but with Deshaun Watson, with looking at Jackson a week ago, you at least have a general sense of how they try to account for guys like that. And the bizarre sort of oddity of all oddities here is they held all 3 teams to the identical point total, 20 points 3 weeks in a row. I think much more can be done from all 3. Obviously, Lamar is the absolute top of the top. He's the with his legs anyway, there's no more dangerous human that takes a snap from center. Cam would sit maybe closer to Deshaun, at least in how you might defend him. I think it's going to be a little more diverse than just you got to keep Lamar from running. But I think it at least tells you enough information to go back and say, hey, here are the problem plays that Kansas City didn't hit on. How can we fit them into our offense? And the more I studied it so far, I actually wonder if more of the stuff with Cam under center back into the traditional offense maybe actually benefits them. All
right, Nate, talk to me here. In what world do you see Cam Newton out-dueling Patrick Mahomes?
Man, what a tough question. No one's done that yet, right? But I do want to remind Patriot fans of a happy memory. It was the AFC Championship game of 2018. There is a chance for, I think, the Patriots to show, much like Matt is discussing, some play action, where the Chiefs will expect a run-heavy offense, especially with Cam Newton as part of that element. But play that to your advantage. And Bill Belichick is obviously one of the best coaches in the league. He's really good at understanding once you get to the positive side of the field, plus the 50-yard line, use those play actions to your advantage, get the defense to look inward, and then pass behind it. I think that's where the Patriots could have an advantage. And so far from the Chiefs' standpoint, their secondary is still shaky, right? L'Jarius Sneed, their rookie cornerback, he broke his collarbone on Monday night. He will be out. In comes Charvarius Ward, a really good cornerback, but he came back from a broken hand injury because L'Jarius Sneed missed the second half of last night's game. So there's some shakiness in that cornerback position. If you can not target Tyrann Mathieu in play action, I think the Patriots can have success.
Matty, Mahomes is just 1-2 in his young career against the Patriots, and Belichick has done an excellent job like on slowing down Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce in the past. So tell me, who do the Patriots try to take away this time?
I don't think you can think like that against Kansas City. I've covered them those 3 games. I think I'm kind of past the point of spending a week trying to figure out how to stop them. That's really not it. You can beat them. Kansas City's very beatable, but it isn't an issue of stopping or even slowing them. I think you have to understand that even on your best day, you go out there and put a good game plan forward against Kansas City. You're shooting for a mid to high 20s game, which would be well below what they've been doing to everyone else. So there's really no stopping or slowing anyone. I think the real sort of modus operandi here is a little bit what Ivan Fierce touched on this week. They got to put up points. So it's not about stopping or slowing Mahomes. He'll make a mistake or 2 a game. I think it's more just keeping the ball out of his hands. So it's got to be clock control. You have to have efficiency on the ground. In the games where the Patriots haven't had the Chiefs, haven't been the Chiefs, that's handicapped them a little bit, not being able to run the football.
Nate, the Chiefs didn't have a solidified running back in the past 2 matchups against the Patriots. So where in this game will the addition of rookie Clyde Edwards-Helaire have the biggest impact?
That's such a good question. And honestly, the Chiefs, I think, have held back a little bit of their playbook for plays that are specifically driven from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. They showed a few Monday night against the Ravens that he played well, being both a runner and a receiver. But honestly, I think the Chiefs are going to try to build their zone read running sort of option plays for Clyde Edwards-Helaire, whether it's out of the RPO style, whether it's the stretch run where he can make that one cut and get up the field. If Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a consistent player, someone who can get you 4 or 5 yards, maybe pop off a long run or 2, in the game, that just gives Patrick Mahomes so much freedom to operate the offense everywhere else, where you have Sammy Watkins, where you have Tyreek Hill, where Travis Kelce becomes even more unguardable because the linebackers have to be mindful of where Clyde Edwards-Helaire is and where the ball may be going, especially on play-action plays or some of these weird misdirections that we all know Andy Reid likes to cook up. So if you're the Chiefs, so much of this comes down to, can the rookie just be a reliable player? He's not fumbled the ball yet. That's been a big key. I think for the Patriots defense, so much of this comes down to, can you make the Chiefs fumble the football? Because Patrick Mahomes, in terms of accuracy, in terms of decision-making, in terms of having guys open all over the field, he rarely gives you an opportunity to intercept the ball. So what the Ravens did last week was they got a secondary running back in Darwin Thompson to fumble the ball, which led to a touchdown drive. The Patriots are going to have those type of plays happen.
Nate, finish this sentence for me here. The Chiefs win if
Patrick Mahomes continues to just be the world's greatest quarterback. I mean, it's as simple as that, right? I think Matt is correct, and he knows this from experience, obviously trying to be a championship team and going for another one. Everybody's going to give you their best shot. I believe the Patriots are going to play very well. I know Bill Belichick will have plenty of game plan, scheme plays to give them an advantage. Hell, the Patriots may get a couple turnovers or two. But in the fourth quarter, when desperation and greatness is needed, Patrick Mahomes has shown over the last 3 years to be the best player in the world at doing such. The Chiefs have won 12 straight games. It's the longest winning streak in the franchise's history. And if the Chiefs truly believe that they can repeat what Matt's group did in 2004, Patrick Mahomes will be at his best when absolutely needed. And I think this game will be very close. I think it's going to be exciting. And if the Chiefs win, it will mostly be because of Patrick Mahomes.
Matt, bring us home. The Patriots leave Arrowhead with a win
if the Patriots outplay the Chiefs defense. I think what's really helped the Chiefs sort of rise from that team that lost to the Patriots in the 2018 AFC Championship game to the team that won a year ago is that they do actually have complementary football. I know Patrick's an amazing story. He's an amazing player. There'll be no debate here about that. But what's made them, other than just an exciting good team, into one that's actually championship caliber, is that they play that way on both sides of the ball. So if there are going to be chips, if there are going to be things that you can knock away with this group, it's getting them back to being a mediocre group on that side of the ball. And, I love the Honey Badger like everyone else out there, but he's a nickelback. He's an interesting player that can play just about anywhere on the field. I'm interested to see how the Chiefs respond if the Patriots try to go big, try to go with the two tight end stuff, or try to go 21 personnel and put all their dudes on the field. Are you want the Honey Badger on the field somehow, some way, but you're not forced into a situation with a third wide receiver where he can roam all over the field. I think you just have to do your best on this particular day and not try to play outside yourself. There is a championship formula, but it goes deeper than just the quarterback with the Chiefs.
Yeah, that big play offense we saw from the Patriots against Seattle. Matt Chatham, Nate Taylor, that is us versus them. I nailed it, guys. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Well, The Athletic recently hitting 1 million subscriptions, and if you need more in-depth insight, go ahead and subscribe to The Athletic for every sports story that matters.